Deutschland, und zwar der Marco Schlosser. Der Marco kommt aus Nähe Frankfurt und jeder, der mit Football versiert ist, weiss, Frankfurt Galaxy oder eben Frankfurt Universe, und die haben grosses Programm gehabt. Leider ist das in der ILF mit Frankfurt Universe nicht mehr so gut gestanden und sie sind dann irgendwann mal in die Schweiz gekommen und sind Broncos-Fans geworden, und jetzt haben wir natürlich die Ehre. Er ist Stadion-Speaker und DJ bei Frankfurt Universe in Deutschland und hat dort Sachen unterhalten, Musik gemacht, gespeakert, und er ist mein Gast-DJ da von der Calanda BRONCOS. Und ganz herzlich willkommen, Marco, und herzlichen Dank, dass du da bist. Ein riesen Applaus von Marco Schlosser. Und er wird jetzt ein bisschen DJ machen für euch und wie gesagt, Food, Drinks und natürlich auch Broncos-Fan, wer gibt alles da oben.
Welcome to the Central European Football League here from Chur. Brand new stadium, second football game at all here. The delay of the kickoff due to a little car accident, bus accident yesterday from the Kragujevac Wild Boars. They had to sleep over in Austria, left today early in the morning in Vienna and arrived a little late here in Switzerland. So kickoff officially is at 7:15, like in about 12 minutes. What are we looking for, Chris?
Oh, first of all, good night to all you people out there watching or getting ready to watch the game here. My name is Chris Winter, and I'm here with Ola Kraft. The team is back to give you guys live play-by-play tonight, and I think we're looking for a good game. It's going to be interesting to see how do the Boars get off the bus and get on the field and start to play right away, you know, without having to feel stressed.
Like, there are two ways to get out of the bus. Either you go out and like kick asses, or you go out the bus and you feel still tired until the end of the game.
Yeah, and that's kind of we'll see that probably in the first couple of plays, see how they do. But sometimes it's adrenaline that you need, you know. Like you said, it can be something that's negative, or you can make it a positive. You know, where you're not thinking too much, get off the bus, warm up, and go and play.
The only thing about thinking a little bit about the health is if you're sitting for a long time in the bus and then like straight out go for full power, your body is like most likely not ready then. Or yeah, if you're not a top athlete that is just doing sports. So we'll see how this affects the game.
Yeah, hopefully not too much, because as it is, I think it's clear the Broncos are the favorite here at home tonight, and so they don't the Boars, they need all the help they can get, I think, to make it a really interesting game in the fourth quarter. I think for sure we'll see good plays by both teams, but I think a lot of stuff will have to go right for the Boars to come out on top tonight. But I'm really hoping, as well as everybody else here in the stadium, which is full, that it's going to be a good game to the end.
That was kind of like a big-time win they had in that first CFL game against Belgrade. One thing, I saw part of the game, and one thing the Wild Boars did pretty well, and this is also one thing the Broncos aren't doing pretty well, were deep passes, and the Broncos are kind of struggling a little with covering deep passes when the D-line is not able to make enough pressure to the quarterback.
Yep, for sure. I think they play basically just a flat-out spread offense, and the quarterback throws the ball around. Both teams actually in that game did a lot of that. You know, they played wide open, going both directions. But I think the Boars obviously a bit of a more organized offense than what their opponents had, and I think that's why they came out on top. But like you said, I think, and they know this for sure. They've watched videos. You know, they've seen where the strength and weaknesses of the Broncos are. So I won't be surprised at all if they go deep on them right away.
True that. And the same on the Broncos side. Robin Senrick, the quarterback of the Broncos, just played 1 quarter of football in the past 3 games because of an injury that appeared in the game against the Thun Tigers. He had 1 quarter last week, threw for 3 touchdowns against an opponent that was here with 21 players. Big respect to that they like even played that game. And yeah, he was looking good actually. He was looking mobile. He was looking back in the game.
Yeah, and the luxury with having a backup like Max Gray that comes in and plays really, really well, surprisingly well for me at quarterback, is that, you know, they were able to give Robin Senrich the time off that he needed to heal completely. He had 2.5 games almost 3 games where he was able to take time and come back 100%, which he is now, and we know that he can throw the ball around, you know, and he showed it last year in the Swiss League. He showed it last year in the international games, and so I'm looking for fireworks from the Broncos again tonight.
Exactly, and also to mention, like on the Broncos side, is the whole offensive line unit. They are just like, I would say, one of the best unit all over Europe in any league. Like you could put them probably in any European League of Football team, and they would still have success there. They are like, yeah, they're a wall up front, a moving wall. Also for Max Gray, we saw that when he played the first game against Basel on the quarterback position. The offensive line was just like, they were beasts on it.
Yeah. They especially pass blocking there. They give whoever's back there a plenty of time to make the reads and throw the ball around, and it just gives you a huge amount of security as a QB when you can stand behind guys like that who you know are going to protect you. You got probably the most experienced offense line maybe in the world at this point with Matis at left tackle. You know he's got your blind side, and just that alone makes a quarterback super comfortable back there throwing the ball. So like I said, I'm expecting, and with this weather anyway, the beautiful field, perfect weather conditions, you're going to see a lot of balls being thrown, and a lot of balls being thrown deep tonight, I think.
I think so too. Broncos have a pretty good wide receiver core too. It's not just the quarterback. You also need the guys to catch the balls, and they are like personal of Max Gray. He's a beast on the field. He is open on almost every play, and like we saw it also in the games when Robin played. He didn't even throw any time Max was open because he wanted to spread the ball to other people too.
Yeah, and I think that was really important. I'm sure he was told to do that also by the coach, to really look for other players. And he's got those other players. Like you said, they've got probably more depth at wide receiver this year than they've had, I don't know, for years or if not ever. I mean, and we're talking really good quality players, their own homegrown players that have come along and that play really well. Augmented with a tight end from Spain who has really come into his own in the last few games, and Sunderhauf has been here for years, you know, who just set up the new personal scoring record here for the Broncos' all-time history in scoring. So like you said, they've got lots of weapons, and you can't just pick one guy and shut him down. I mean, because otherwise Robbins he'll spread the ball around.
True that, and like also not to forget about the run game of the Broncos. Broncos have with Eric Regette a pretty experienced running back. They have with Noah Bachhofen a pretty powerful running back, and they have also Robin Senrick as a quarterback who can run pretty decently the ball by himself, if necessary. And the offensive line, like run games, there are a lot of power and counter plays they are playing. So you have to, for example, left guard Michel Derungs, 150-kilo meatball blocking for you in front.
And not slow.
Makes fun. Yeah, and not slow at all. True that.
Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, pick your poison, but I think for sure they're going to have to be ready playing defense in the defensive backfield, because the Broncos do like to go to the air, but like you said, they're not one-dimensional. They can go both ways. If you end up playing a 3-4 and taking away the strength and that's the pass, then they'll just switch and run on you.
We see the Wild Boars already lined up in the middle of the field. The Broncos are ready to enter the field.
Here they come.
Here they come. Full 45-man roster for the international games.
Few guys more than the Boars have by the looks of
Boars
things.
have like 31, I think. I counted when they were on the license check. So the Boars already played twice the Broncos. One game I remember pretty well was back in 2010. I tore my ACL in that game, actually. That's why I remember it. It was the 3rd of May back then. And then they returned, I think it was in 2014 again for the CFL. And now 2025. They won their first matchup. We got to take a moment now for the national anthems. think it doesn't matter how many games you play, every time you hear the national anthem of your country, it's giving you goosebumps.
Yeah, it definitely helps you get ready for a game. If you weren't ready before, at the very latest, when you hear your national anthem, you know what's going on. So I think, yeah, I know the Boars. You know, they a rough ride getting here, but you don't make you don't make this trip for nothing. So they've come out full speed, and I think, if anything, it might be a small, you know, hit, a small minus for the Broncos, or it may be something that they let themselves get surprised. But you know they just got off the bus. They had a long ride. You're thinking, yeah, not a lot of guys over there. You maybe there's one or the other guy, you know, without the experience of a Max Gray or a Mattis and the guys that have been around for a long time. You may underestimate your opponent a bit, so that might be an advantage for the Boars. Who knows?
I think there was one part of the speech from Jeff Buffen, the head coach of the Calanda BRONCOS, in the locker room, that like they will not underestimate his opponent. Like as you said, like you played as a coach against Serbian teams, national teams and club teams. I played against Serbian teams, both nationally and international, like club games and national games. These guys are hard guys to play, always. They are technically very, very skilled. They are body-wise usually very, very strong. And they know football. So this is not just like a visitor coming here to enjoy the nice view, the mountains and the sunny weather here. They are for sure here to play some football. Yeah,
there's no doubt. I mean, like you said, I think there's probably not one team that I faced more as a player for the national team, more as a coach with the national team than Serbia. And it was always, I mean, you always knew you played football when the game was over in the next few days, because they, like you said, physically, super physical, always. And the technically some better than others. It varies. There's I think the difference within the league in Serbia is bigger than the difference here. I think here it's probably more homogeneous as far as the technical abilities and how people are coached than in Serbia, and you can see that. But there are definitely the top teams to which the Boars obviously belong. They are technically good football players, and they know what to do with their bodies.
As it looks, the Broncos won the toss and declined it. So they take second half ownership as far as I got. Broncos won. And
deferred.
So they got a kick off first, so they let the Kragujevac offense first on the field. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if Max Gray and Andrew Blackwell, the both Americans in the team from the Broncos, play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, interestingly, mentioning the two imports actually is that they opted not to pull in their third option of an import that they could bring for this game. Depending on how things go in this game and moving forward, we may see a third guy come in, but for this game, as far as I heard, there's not a third American going to be playing, so there could very well see those two guys in action on the same side of the ball.
We saw Andrew Blackwell last year playing some running back. We saw Max Gray playing some DB this season. Max Gray's hell of an athlete, so he can play like almost any position on that field.
Yeah, at the very latest, after he played quarterback successfully the last few weeks, you know for a fact he can play, other than maybe D tackle, he can play anywhere.
Well, most likely he would also fight as like a bear as a D tackle. I'm pretty sure, but might be a little bit undersized there.
A little bit.
Well, just a little. He would also fit good as a tight end, because I think he can block.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's technique, you know. I mean, and he's got that, no doubt. You know, it's in his genes.
So kickoff is on the way.
And this usually goes right out of the back of the end zone, which is on a full-length field. A huge, huge advantage for the Broncos is their kicking game, for sure.
True that, and as you said, it's a full-size field. So the Broncos here in the new stadium is a full 120-yard football field. You see all the marks, you see all the paintings, and like right behind that field, you see it in the background. There's another football field, a turf field, where the Broncos usually practice on. So the city of Chur did a pretty decent job in the last couple of years to get sports rolling.
Absolutely.
Here in the city and in the region.
Yeah. It looks like they've come out with a forefront, which they varied, and they're not spread wide open this time. by the looks of things. Press, there's protection.
Pass,
Luckily there was pressure there because that tight end was wide open.
Wasn't accurate enough, but
on that backside, he rolled right and looked back to the left, and somebody completely forgot that tight end. Had that, and he's big, so at the ball anywhere near him, and that was an easy 30-yard gain to start the game.
Would have been. As you said, the Broncos with a four-man front. Chris de Berg, number 94, playing his first game of season for the Broncos as a defensive tackle. Did a pretty decent job last year.
Run this time.
Run
to right-hand side.
Right,
and there's nothing there whatsoever. There's about 5 different Broncos there leading the charge. Like not a lot of room to the short side of the field there, surprisingly running that side.
But also the offensive line didn't get like quick enough there to put the blocks on. It looks like the stretch blocking, so they tried to turn the guys, but
so it's already 3rd and 9 or almost 3rd and 10
on the first drive.
So let's see what they do here. I'm surprised though, it's not that typical spread set that we saw. Again, an open receiver, number 17. A quarterback is definitely nervous back there. He's not putting the ball anywhere near his guys.
Would have been like an easy first down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, wide open across the middle there.
If you watch that on the tape after the game, you got to be like a little upset about yourself.
Yeah, and it's something to be concerned about too, like you said with the Broncos. I mean, that's twice now we saw wide open receivers. If that quarterback can then just settle down a little bit, and he's not a small guy. It's not like you're gonna hit him real hard. You know, I mean, even if you do, he's not gonna feel it. Max Gray back. Getting the ball, looking for room, not finding any great coverage for the Boars on that very nice kick. Took an odd bounce to Max Gray's right-hand side, so he couldn't get the return without going back for the ball first. So it puts them still in not bad field position at the 33, 34-yard line. And let's see if Robin Sendrich shows as much nerves as the Boars quarterback did.
We sadly have no names because we didn't get any roster before the game. But yeah, maybe we'll get some during the game, so we got to be able to provide at least some names of both teams, not just the Broncos that we well know. Noah Bachhofen, run for 3 yards.
So more successful for the Boars already on the first drive because the Boars gained 1 yard, and so the Broncos gained 3, I guess you could say. that battle goes to the Broncos. No, I think it's also good. It's wise, I think.
But it's also pretty obvious that the Broncos are running. They have like 10 guys in the box. Yep. Eric Raguet.
Right up the middle.
Release, right up the middle. Nice blocking. Everybody first down.
Yeah, actually, you know, we said pre-game that we were going to see a lot of deep passes and a lot of passes by both sides, and both sides come out with running formations. I mean, the Boars came out with a 50-50 formation, but compared to what we saw in the last game they played with, they had 3 or 4 wide receivers spread almost every time.
Ooh, that was a
fumble.
Yeah, but the ball was.
Yeah, luckily it laid there for a second before Robin Sendrich was able to jump on it.
I'm not sure it was on the knee before when he lost the ball, actually. The handoff was kind of messy.
It gives them a long second down, that's for sure. So now it's 2nd and 13, I think, where they're going to have to go here. So now they're going to have to go to the air.
They will most likely, so they have trips on the left. But no one on the right. Tight ends on the right. So
swing past to Max Gray.
Nice block
nice.
here.
He's got some room, and he's beautiful
that
play.
Block from Adrian Sunderhoff there when you see it on the replay.
Awesome.
This was just like
that's what you put him out there for. You know, I mean, your receiver's not just there to catch the ball. Coaches all along my career said that to all of us that were ever had anything to do with catching the ball. You better be able to block if you want to play.
And he knew exactly what play the Broncos are running, and he executed perfectly. Not just Max Gray to put the ball on the 20-yard line, or like the 23-yard line on the opposite side of the field.
Timeout already by the Boars.
Yeah.
Coach is not happy on that side, which is understandable. And hand it to Jeff. Great play calling. I mean, Why make it harder than it needs to be for your quarterback or for anybody else? You know, it's a high percentage, easy swing pass to the best athlete probably on the field, or definitely one of them, and look what happens. You know, so
yeah, like
low risk, high gain.
Put the ball in the hands of the receivers, let them make plays.
Yeah,
as easy as it is, but great play calling, as you said, and very well executed from both of these guys, and not just these two guys, also the guys blocking down there. As you mentioned, Adrian Sinderhoff that threw a key block there and made it happen that the Broncos are now on the 20-yard line, already in the red zone first time.
Yeah, and it gets difficult for any opponent of the Broncos, like you said, with that offensive line. If you're playing catch-up football, and the Broncos can just wear you down and then use the time as you go along, it's super important here that the Boars try to hold them to a field goal if it's possible.
Boars
they got them offsides, free play, and they blew it because it was contact and a lot of it. So I understand the whistle there.
Yeah, and also the free shot to the quarterback.
Yeah, not even. Even. There was nobody that came through, but I mean, at least 3 of the defenders ran into and made contact.
Linemen, so
yeah, the sound system in this play is great too. I mean, you can actually hear what the ref is saying when he's. It's amazing. Yeah. I love that.
It's kind of like a difference to the temporary stance we had the last 3 seasons.
Well, to anywhere really you go. Like, usually you just hear and you don't know what the guy said.
Either you don't understand it technically wise or dialect wise.
Yeah, exactly. Here is perfect. You know, it was clear and in English. Excellent, excellent. So 1st and 5, short first down. They can run pretty much every single play they've got in their playbook here without any.
That's a touchdown play, most likely.
Oh, there's one. That's Max Gray, and he did get a foot in. Yes, he did.
Yeah, 2 refs.
So much for not looking for just Max Gray, right?
Well, now we can. It's the international one, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but
it's like so hard to cover him. Like that was a 10-yard play. How you want to cover single cover a Max like a guy like Max Gray?
Tough. You got to bracket him. You know, you have to, and it just opens up everything else. So I think when you start, you try not to have to do it, but I think very quickly you'll see a second guy on him.
The Broncos not going with the tush push with Robin Senrick as a quarterback. They only did it with Max Gray.
Well, and they're on the 5-yard line, so
pressure.
That's a long one. But he is going to run it.
Yeah.
He's probably down, probably a half-yard line.
Yeah, it was QB draw. Some kind of draw.
Yeah, and you're running behind like just a huge mass of people there with their offensive line. Hard for, I mean, this, I think, almost impossible to stop for them to get in the end zone here.
Exactly. Especially when you let them jump.
Yeah.
Like
Eric
Rickett,
quick handoff, just lean on your O-line and you're in, you know. I mean, he didn't even – the O-line, if he picked the right way to go, he probably would have been 5 yards in the end zone, but all he needed was a half.
It was a half a yard, exactly. So it was Eric Rickett, I think, punched in that ball, fullback dive, old school football, some kind of. So first touchdown here in Chur in that Central European Football League season. Broncos stopped the Wild Boars on the first drive they had. Didn't even had a first down, 1-yard gain actually.
No, but I think it looked more
promising than.
Yeah, like we said before, and I think if that quarterback does find a way to settle down a little bit, then he's got open targets, you know.
He had on the first drive too. He just missed them.
So if he can get his stuff together and just settle down a little bit, I think they'll be able to produce yards.
Well, coach most likely fixed that in that break they had now when the defense was on the field. The Broncos most likely will kick the ball through the end zone again.
Yeah, anything else just makes no sense because. I mean, there's no way on any return you're going to hold them behind the 20 unless they're fumbling the ball around. So why not kick the ball out of the end zone? I mean, first you need the kicker that can do it, but they have him. So new this season. He was a college U.S. college soccer player, from what I heard.
Deep
and again,
kick.
deep into the end zone. They're going to let
And
that.
a lot
they're
of
going to
hang
let that
time.
go. Yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful kicks.
So if they would decide to return, that would actually most likely be pretty bad.
Well, they'd have to start a little deeper to begin with, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And so.
And you for sure get tackled.
Yeah.
And with a guy like Andrew.
Yeah, because I mean, these guys are not used to having to set up their return that far back, you know. Especially the 5 guys that are up front at you know, standing across from the kicker. These guys have to go way further back than they're used to with kicks like that. So I mean, that screws up the entire timing of a return.
True that. So second drive of the Calanda BRONCOS defense, second drive of the Kragujevac BOARS offense. They put the ball on the 25.
Used to be the 20. Now it's the 25.
I think it's a 25 because it's international rules, some kind of, most likely.
Yep.
So.
And it might be the 25 also because we have the full field.
Ooh.
Yeah, the snaps the whole time has not been good, and here the ball is out. I think they got it back.
I think it's under control.
Yeah, luckily he was able to fall right on top of it.
It was 27 against 27 as far as I saw.
But that's not the first bad snap of the evening. So I mean, yeah, these are the fundamentals that we actually talked about, that we complimented the BOARS on, being technically sound. But if you can't get your snaps to your quarterback, that makes for a really long game.
Twin formation, twins.
Yeah, double twins, what they've got now, and they're going to switch it over to trips, and they're going to draw to the QB, and he's a big dude, like I said.
And he's hard to tackle, as it looks.
But
and he made like 6 yards, 7 yards, maybe to the 30-yard line, 29-yard line, actually. So the other games at the moment, the Karlstad Crusaders are playing the Bristol Aztecs with a lead of 35-0.
Yeah, I'm assuming they started earlier than we did.
Do that, and the Town Black Panthers against the Badalona Dragons, it's 0-0 at the time.
Yeah, I don't even know bracket-wise who the Broncos would have.
The Broncos will play Schwäbisch Hall if Schwäbisch Hall wins. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But they need to get through this game first.
And
again, a really low snap, and the ball is out.
And that's secured from the Broncos.
94. Welcome to the Broncos.
Welcome to Chur.
Yep.
He was on a good way actually with that run, but yeah, well, lost the ball.
Yeah, the way he holds the ball, it's not a wonder that it came out. I mean, it's like he was carrying it down by his hip.
The bread. True
that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're completely out of sync, and I'm wondering if it doesn't really have a little bit to do with the whole bus ride thing, because I mean they're off with everything. Their snap to the quarterback is off.
Exactly, and it's hard to get back on track when you're like off because of these reasons, because you wouldn't be off track if
Quick pass to the other side, same play. Another great blocking job out there by the receivers.
That's the tight end, actually. Luis Sagre, number 88.
He stayed on his block for a long time.
Pancaked this guy.
Yep. It's another gain of 7 yards for Max Graham, first down. Yeah, they're making it look easy right now. And what they're doing to the defense, they're tiring them out, because I mean, with those quick passes to the outside, I mean, the defense has to run right away. The defensive line is just, they're going to be, if they keep doing this to them, they're going to be gassed by halftime.
Especially against an offensive line like that.
Exactly. Like it's not bad enough. Oh, they wanted to do the same play. Robin didn't have anybody open, so he just took the ball up the middle.
Goes by himself.
And scored a touchdown.
Okay.
I mean, that looked way easier than it should on this level of football, that's for sure, because the 2 guys that had him in the backfield, they bounced off like he was Superman.
Just like they didn't even want to tackle. That looked pretty crazy now.
Yep. Yeah,
it wasn't a designed quarterback run.
Definitely
sure,
not.
definitely.
No, he looked to the left-hand side. He wanted another one of those swing passes to the left. It wasn't there.
But
smart to pull the ball down, but then there was nothing left.
Yeah, and then there were two guys in the backfield,
Yep.
and they were just like watching him.
Yeah.
Because they most likely thought, well, when I get unblocked there must be a screen, and then they hesitated a little, and he was already gone.
Yeah.
And he has quick feet, we know that.
But I mean, an easy tackle actually for those guys, and
Would have been
and
if
they
you
didn't
would have
make
done
it.
it,
You
yeah.
know, so surprising. But there's a bit of a scuffle there. Yeah.
So the Broncos are up at 2 scores, 14-0. Halfway through the first quarter. Let's see if the Kragujevac Wild Boars can bounce back somehow. It's hard to.
Yeah, I mean, first things first. I think the center needs to be able to snap the ball to the quarterback correctly, and if not, if he keeps snapping low, then if I was coach, I would put the quarterback under center in a hurry, because it screws up your entire timing when the quarterback has to grab the ball off the turf every single snap.
Exactly, and it's not getting better from drive to drive now, but like they didn't had a lot of offensive snaps yet.
No.
But still, as a center, I know it's hard to do, but your first job is to get that ball back to the quarterback.
I think they're going to try to bring this one by the looks.
Yeah,
they've backed it up a little bit, so now let's see what they can
if
do.
that's worth.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing else is working, so why not try it?
It's not looking that bad.
No. Kicker has to make the tackle after he crosses the 50-yard line. So I guess if you have no offense, no matter where the ball's kicked, do a return.
Exactly. Yeah, well, now you get at least a chance with maybe a lucky play or a big play that you get some things going with your offense.
And I guess this is the downside of having such a great kicker. I'm guessing right about now Jeff is thinking to himself, maybe I'm going to have him kick shorter in the next few games just to get the guys to practice kickoff, because they never make tackles on kickoff.
Yeah, they didn't have to.
Nope. So, and we just saw very clearly there that coverage was not so good. So back on the offense for the Boars. Snap good this time, and a run up the middle, but
good bounce to the outside.
Nice run there. Nice run. Yeah.
He avoided the tackle, broke the tackle.
Yep.
Then went finally out of bounds.
Perfect position from the defensive player. Just didn't make the tackle, and it gives him a first down with 11-yard run.
That's most likely what that offense needed, some kind of like success.
Yeah, and I think, let's be honest, it's great for just watching the football game if the Boards can get a little something going here.
Option play.
Yeah, and the quarterback's keeping it. Like I said, he's a big boy. He's not easy to bring down.
Yeah.
He's probably a good 20 centimeters bigger than his running back and just as wide.
And he has pretty quick feet, as we saw. It's like a 4-yard gain. So 2nd and 6. But might be hard to run the ball with your quarterback all game long.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I don't know if you really want to run the ball all game long with your quarterback. But I mean, if nothing else is working, you're here to win. You do what you do what you have to.
Need to do something.
Run to the left side this time, and there's a lot of people there. He waited too long there. Yeah.
Defensive line of the Calanda BRONCOS held to contain there.
Beautiful job, yeah. Yeah, he had to wait, and by that time, the backside caught
up with him. The red ones were already there. So 3rd and 9 now. They might go back to these passes.
Yeah, 3rd and 9, and they're not. Yeah, a play action pass of some sort might work, because they have been able to run a little bit now, but with that kind of pressure, oh boy.
Oh, pick.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's a holding. It's an area of holding.
Yeah,
I would say it's it's a hold. It's a hold
or
against
an
the
eligible
offense.
man downfield. Could
no,
he
already showed it. Okay. He already showed it.
Okay. Holding offense. Well, they take 4th and 9, or they take 3rd and 19?
He's not going to kick a field goal from there. I would just decline it and let it go 4th and 9. Backing him up makes no sense.
But they most likely will go for it.
Yeah, you're putting him in a no man's land there,
Well, a punt is really Smart.
Yeah,
So
punt
try
makes
it.
no sense
Try
whatsoever.
it.
You gain maybe.
Let him
I don't
jump
know.
once, and then like you have a 40-yard play. Let's see.
Yeah, the blocking by the
Rollouts.
offensive line not real great either.
And
Oh,
the
he
pick.
threw it right to him. And now he's got an alley on this
got a
side.
room.
Smatano on that side. Nice pick, but not a difficult one. Probably one of the easiest picks he'll ever have.
But,
Just like,
but
oh, wow.
on a 4th down as a DB, bat
you.
down the ball.
Thank you very much for that present. Like, okay.
You want to take the interception, but it would also have been smart to just put
Knock
the ball
it down, yeah,
knock
for
it
sure.
down.
But I mean, if you're going to get a
But,
present
well,
like that,
yeah. You
I
have
think
to.
most of us
You
would
have
have
to.
caught that.
With
and-
that score, and
Yeah.
that's rained the Broncos already.
I mean, if it was in the end zone, for sure, you know, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think where he was, it was,
it was okay.
I think
It
so.
was okay.
So it puts the offense of the Calanda Broncos back on, and more importantly, or not so good for the Boars, their defense is right back on the field. They're already tired for sure. At this pace, they will be done by the 3rd quarter. Another nice. Oh, here he's looking deep, and he's got somebody. Oh, beautiful long pass on the run for Robin, showing off his arm. Nice arm strength there, going deep.
That ball was in the air for like 50 yards almost.
Yeah, and it was beautiful. It was a really well thrown ball because, I mean, he needed room and time to get under it, and he gave him all that time. He just couldn't quite catch up to it.
Yeah.
And Sundi's not slow. But he just couldn't get underneath that football because he had gotten behind his defensive back. Another pass here. Another one of those quick screens to Max Gray's completely. Oh,
What a cut.
oh, make ankle breakers all over the place.
So it's a first down
Just
for
give
sure.
him a first down. No good in the first down. Beautiful.
It's like 2 yards over the first down line.
Yep.
Beautiful play. Yeah, very well executed from Max Gray here.
And the nice thing about it is, the best part of the execution on that whole play is the offensive line. They stay on their blocks, and it just gives him time to read and weave and use his athletic ability. But, you know, if the offensive line just bumped their guy and came off, then he wouldn't have gotten anywhere. They're like glue on their defensive players. Quick snap here to Eric Reget right up the middle.
6 yards, 7 yards.
Yeah, they're just going to pound these guys.
6-yard gain. Yeah, it's hard when you like play on a defensive line like that. You feel that offensive line is just like rolling over you, and there's nothing like you can do because you're like outnumbered usually as a defensive line against the offensive line, and then you have like 5 guys in front. They're just like beasts. They just control you all game long. That's why
if
you
they
try
get their
to
hands
get
on
some
you,
more
you're
pressure.
done. Just here it is, Noah Bachhoven. Beautiful
Very
run.
well executed,
Beautiful run, and an
he's a-
unbelievable stiff arm puts him in the end zone. Textbook run by Noah Bachhoven.
And textbook blocking by the offensive line.
Once again, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
The reads he took were like perfect too.
Yeah. I mean, we're still in the first quarter, and
2
it's
minutes
21-0. Yeah.
More than 2 minutes. Yeah, it's like Broncos need usually 3 or 4 plays to go to the end zone. And it's not like the balls, as we mentioned before.
No.
Not even one. The one that we had wasn't catched.
Yeah.
But they were all very well executed individual efforts.
Yeah, and they're just wearing down that defense. I mean, another perfect kick here. Puts the score at 21. Well, I'm absolutely positive no matter how far he kicks it, unless it goes through the field goal, then we're going to see another return here. So it's going to give the Broncos a little bit of practice on their kickoff squad, because at this point, the only real yardage that the Boards have been able to gain, other than that one nice run that the running back had after a missed tackle, was the kick return.
Exactly.
So I'm assuming that, especially where they're standing, there's going to be another kick return. I'm surprised that the Boars are showing the kicker where their running back is, because he's probably the most dangerous guy on their team. and he's back there as a returner. I would probably not show my kicker or the opposing kicker where I'm standing, because I'm almost positive this ball is going to go to number 6 again.
Put them both in the middle.
Yeah.
And then let them spread out.
Yeah. He's going to him again. See, so you're taking the best guy out of just by lining up wrong.
And this time.
Yeah. Yeah. He's nowhere near the athlete that number 6 is. I don't know why you just don't disguise where your guys are playing. Or number 9, I guess the running back is. Yeah. So, well, that makes it easy for the Broncos.
And it's even easier to kick to the left side.
On top of everything as a right-footed kicker, absolutely.
So maybe they got to fix that later in the game. Now they're back on their own 17-yard line, as it looks.
Yeah, that time the coverage by the Broncos much better than it was the first time. I think they were a little bit surprised that they took it out the first time. This time they were ready. Here's that motion again, and the running back to the left side of the offensive line, met there by the linebackers.
4-yard gain.
Andre Blackett ready there out of the middle of the defense.
Yeah, looks like he has kind of running back spy, because the running back is he's a physical runner.
He is. He's like I said, I think from what I've seen and on paper as well, he's the best athlete they've got, and so you've got to take care of that guy first.
And you take your best athlete in the defense to cover that guy or to shield that guy.
It's a big boy in motion there. Another run up the middle. Not going to go very far, so it's going to be 3rd and manageable, though. I mean, this is not a bad idea. Now they're getting the ball at least up the field a little bit, because quarterback has not done anything throwing the ball. I don't think he's completed a single pass yet.
And now you got a little option. You got the quarterback, you got the running back.
Well, and the good thing if you can get that running back going, it opens up your play action pass. You know, your linebackers have to come up and honor that running back, and it just opens a window. And their tight end is huge. To throw to him is not very difficult.
And another run.
Yep. He's going to have the first down by the looks. Yeah, he's got the first down. He's tough to bring down. Good athlete right there. Good athlete. And the boys up front for the Boars are not small either. Definitely outsize the defensive line of the Broncos, which is undersized usually anyway. You know, they're super fast. They're technically very sound, but they're definitely if you look at a weakness, it's definitely size in that defensive line.
Exactly, like technique and then.
So since the run's working so well, we're going to go to a wide open five spread and try to that jet sweep.
That didn't work.
Gadget stuff. I think, to be honest with you, I think I would try to force them to stop number 9 first. Just feed number 9 the football, and now he needs a break because they line him up at wide receiver. All that. I don't know how
they line him up at the sideline.
Yeah, I don't know how a single player on that offense could be tired, because they've been on the field almost nothing. But
yeah, for a few players,
needs a break.
Quarter. So
luckily for him, it's a quarter break, so he may be able to come back in.
Might be back in, yeah.
End of the first quarter, 21-0 for the Broncos. We knew they were favorites, but we didn't think it was going to be quite this one-sided.
Well, the Wild Boars, they had struggles at the beginning of the game. They are getting back a little now. They had some kind of good plays in the last couple plays. The last one, like the jet sweep, wasn't really successful. But that happens from time to time. They let you bounce back a little.
Yeah, I just think speed on the ground versus the Broncos is not a good idea. You're not going to get outside of them. Like I said, if anything, they're undersized up front, but they're definitely not slow.
Exactly.
So trying to get outside on them with that kind of gadget sweep play or whatever, I think, is not going to work. We saw it before when the running back, especially on the defense's right side, trying to get outside is really hard. But in between the tackles, they were running really well. I think their average up the middle is really good. I think it's almost probably 5 to 6 yards a carry up the middle. I would keep going there. But number 9, by the looks, still on the sideline taking a rest.
We got 25 now in as a running back. He looks a little less athletic than number 9. The refs are setting up the chains and are most likely ready now.
And the whistle ready for play. Second quarter starts on the BOARS 26-yard line. And is going to be a quick pass, but there's somebody there immediately, really well read by Lucio Tetamante, young kid that came up all the way from the absolute start of the
Broncos
juniors program. And yeah, it's one of many of the players that started here. But I don't know. I think Lucio was with me 10, 15 years ago as a U13 flag football player, and he's put on some mass, and he definitely learned to hit, and showing that he can play tackle football on the international level with the best of them.
Yeah, same as Robin and Noah were my under 16
Noah, Robin,
when they were 13 years old.
Yeah, they're all the same group, really good group of athletes that came up. Salom, receiver, also in that group. Simone Bear is in that group. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Amil, Ajovi, the running back. They're all out of the.
All grew up in the Broncos program.
Yep.
Went better from year to year, and many more to come.
Let's hope. It definitely makes a difference when you can pick from a big group of your own football players and not have to.
Yeah, to like grab players from everywhere.
Yeah, it makes it easy. Just for practices, even makes it easier. They're here, you know. They don't have to drive for an hour, 2 hours. Many other teams have guys that come in from everywhere. Having lots of practice time together is really difficult if you have that.
Broncos have players like that too, but they joined the Broncos like on their let's say the free will, like Patrick Raw and I don't remember the name from the guy from Agovia, the receiver. He caught his touchdown pass last week. Driving like 2 hours every week, 3 times a week to Chur to get every practice done, just because they want to play for the Broncos.
Yeah, you have. I mean, you're always going to have a handful of guys like that. Nice pressure on the quarterback again, and he just has to throw the ball out into the air. The offensive line is not doing a good job for the BOARS whatsoever. The quarterback has someone in his face immediately on every single
like
play.
On the 3rd and 20 or 22, you know it's coming a pass. As an offensive lineman, you should know that you got to pass that.
Yeah, and what's surprising is they haven't blitzed a lot. I mean, they're putting pressure on the quarterback with their 4 down linemen.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign for the BOARS if you can't, with 5 guys, if you can't block the 4 that are. Oh, and this was an absolutely atrocious punt. Just barely made it past the first down stick. So we're talking a 10-yard punt, 11-yard punt. Yeah, that doesn't help when your offense and defense aren't doing their job when all of a sudden the special teams also don't perform.
Yeah, well.
But at least you can say all 3 facets of the game were similar. You know.
Exactly. the only light at the end of the tunnel was that one return. That one run.
Yeah,
outside.
Max Gray didn't get to catch the ball and run with it. That's a good thing, I guess.
Well, that's what they didn't want to. So.
Yep. Yeah, they're making. All jokes aside, they're making their lives very difficult themselves right now, the BOARS, and they're going to have to really start to clean it up in a hurry. Nice fake by Noah, and it's a wide open Max Gray up in the top. Over the top from the backside. But the play action was gorgeous. It gave Robin all the time he needed to roll out and find Max Gray. And if you throw the ball anywhere near him in the open field, you know he's going to the house.
Exactly. And you put enough air under that ball, of course,
absolutely
because they were
gorgeous.
That,
absolutely gorgeous. Well, that's what you do, right? I mean, that's typical football nowadays. You get that turnover, whether it's a punt or an interception, and you immediately go deep, see what happens, and now we know why that's a popular decision by coaches everywhere in every league is let's take a deep shot right away.
Yeah, the boards were like up with 8 guys or 7, at least 7, I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, they were on the field with a
Because they
fullback,
had to-
halfback.
yeah.
You know, it looked like
Yeah.
I formation. They definitely were showing heavy, run heavy. But yeah, you never can fall asleep on Max Gray. That's for sure.
That's what the Wild Boars know now too.
Yeah. So yeah, this. Well, I mean, we're nearing a blowout now. If it continues at this pace, then it's going to be probably. Yeah, we might see the most one-sided score in this year's international competition. I don't know what the other games have looked like so far, but I mean, yeah, the Carlsbad was up 35-0. Yeah, so
exactly against the Bristol Ladsticks.
Be interesting to see what the scores there are doing.
We will get the scores from time to time, so we will let you know as soon as we have some. Let's see what the Broncos want to kick off now.
Yeah, they're still showing where their running back is, so I guarantee you it's going to, yes it is, to the left-hand side, and he's going to take it out again.
Yeah.
And he's got a lane.
There's a lane, yes. There's a holding,
Oh,
a big
yep.
time holding from number 10.
Yep. Yeah, you as an ex-ref would see that from here. Yeah, so you are not the only one, because the guy with the flag obviously saw it too.
It's Daniel Birnbaum.
That'll bring back that. Oh, and it goes way back.
Yeah, he was grabbing his opponent like from behind.
Yeah.
And yeah, kind of like.
Yeah, so it looks like the Boars will, after what looked like another good return, will have to
start on their own 10.
Yeah, further back than they would like, that's for sure. And they really, I mean, this is an eminently important drive for them. If they can't score here, then it's just hold on to the seat and try not to get absolutely blown out.
Is there any mercy rule in the central?
There's not, as far as I know. I think there's
so.
absolutely no mercy whatsoever. The only mercy is that Jeff might put in some of the players that maybe weren't expecting to play today, and everybody's going to have their shot to be on the field tonight.
They're getting some international experience.
Absolutely, which is awesome. You know, I mean, what's better for a young player than to play in a game like this? You know. Because it's only going to get harder from here.
It's not getting easier. That's true. The whole season is not getting easier. Also in the Swiss Championship. Broncos still undefeated. Let's see how long that will be again.
Yeah, so they're starting, like you said, 10-yard line, 1st and 10 from their own 10, out of the shotgun. Here comes that motion again. They're not going to give the handoff. They're going to roll out.
A lot of pressure.
He's got time now.
He also have space.
Yep, but he is not very accurate. I mean, this just shows you. I mean, it's not easy. Let's be honest. A rollout pass to hit that on a dime is not easy. It gives you a little bit more appreciation for the homegrown Robin Senrich, who's putting the ball on the money to a Max Gray, going deep on a very similarly designed play.
Just he was rolling out to the right side, and still easier to throw to the right if you're rolling on the right side as a right-handed quarterback.
Absolutely.
Then rolling out to the left, throwing like kind of crossbody.
Yep. But he had time. He had time to set his feet.
He had time.
He was able to outrun the pressure, and then
and his guy was free too.
Yep.
So
quarterback design, quarterback run, and those hurt. Those hurt. Well, not if you don't take him really low, then with his thighs, it's also going to hurt the defensive player. But for sure, he's going to notice if he does that all game, he's going to have
a tough ride.
He's going to need a couple of bags of ice, you know.
Well, we still have some snow up in the mountains.
Yeah, absolutely. And the river's quite cold as well. So.
Yeah, but the Rhine is not going through Serbia, so might not hop in there.
Another motion, another fumble. Yeah, wow, the snap wasn't that bad. He looked away too fast. He took his eye off the ball and didn't catch it. looks
Let's
like
see who they give the ball to.
Broncos are saying they have it. And
let's see what the refs are signaling.
The ref is saying.
Looks like the Whitehead sending out the
Hasn't
players.
said anything until now.
Yeah.
First down, I think. Well, I think the Boars are staying on the field, so at this point it looks like
they're discussing now.
Usually when they discuss this long, they're going to just give it to the offense.
Yeah.
Because they're not sure, same time, blah, 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 and then they're going to give it to the offense.
Then it's always the
most
offense
likely
in the favor, yeah. Like, was it really under control, or was
he's
it?
going to explain it now.
Defense,
Whoa, they do give it to
Broncos
the
got
defense.
ball.
That's a surprise. That's a surprise.
And so the Broncos get the ball on that, like where the Boars started their drive, actually, in the 11-yard line.
Yes, so it looks like, it's a matter of how many plays is it going to take to 35-0.
I guess 2.
You're guessing 2? Yeah, I'm gonna go with 1 on this one.
I think they want to give their defense a little break too. Coach Alonso.
Same thing again. They're lining up in that Eric
Heavy
Riquette with
formation,
Amil Ajovi in
and
the
now they send Robin out. Robin is on
Max
receiver
is
on the left side.
yeah.
Max is a quarterback. And the Boars take a timeout.
Okay, that confused them a little bit. So I'm pretty sure that was going to be a QB run.
Or even a pitch back to Robin on the receiver position, and then like a bullet to Max, and he can run like
maybe.
through
Yeah.
anybody. Yeah.
Although they were playing press coverage, I don't know if he that far out there if you can get the ball to him fast enough.
Well, Max learned to throw.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just looking at the distance. Robin was way out.
Yeah,
there,
he was a lot outside.
That's a tough ask for him to catch that, and then.
But good thing, like you mentioned, from the Boars side, the coach recognized that. They took the timeout to not be that surprised.
Yeah, I mean, why take him with you to halftime, right? So
exactly. But you still got almost 10 minutes to go in the second.
So Robin's heading out there again.
Yes.
And he is offline because he's got the tight end on that side. So there is a little bit of distance, but that DB is very close. There's no way there's a double pass going on there. Yeah, it's going to be a reverse, and then it's he's looking for Max Gray. I mean, we saw this coming for a mile. That was, I mean, the defensive back had to know.
Yeah, but
that was coming.
Actually,
I mean, if you've got eyes on any one guy in the offense, it's number 3. You know,
looks like chop block signal from the umpire.
That's too bad. It was the Philly touchdown play.
Holding. Yeah, well, what a beautiful play, actually.
And I would have been right, you know. It would have been that one play. Now it's going to be more than one.
Now it's be 2, so I'm right. So let's see what the Broncos try now. They got a 1st and 20.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's not only that it's fun for the guys to do, you know, some trick plays like that. I mean, it's fun to practice. It's obviously it's fun in the game when it works, but it's also it's nice for the fans, you know, to see what all the different facets that football has. This is a more normal run up the middle. This time, Amil Ajovi. Another one of those young, talented athletes that came up through the program, running and running and running.
Nice reads, too.
It's just nice to see the depth they have at all the different positions, you know. I mean, it's just whether receivers or running backs, DBs, everywhere. They really have depth everywhere. So when they do have people that are injured, they've got rotations going on. They've got different people they can bring in.
People stepping up big time.
Yeah. And it you know, it's a competition then, even in practice, to be the best guy.
Well, because
that's an automatically.
Offside,
that's an easy one for Salem ahead into his hands. Almost came down with it. Almost came down with it. Nice play by Robin. He saw immediately that he had a free play there.
So It's like 2.5 yards, 3 yards of penalty, so they got to put in like 3 yards to go, 4 yards to go.
Yeah, what's that? Half the distance, so it's good. Yeah. Yeah, so they've got, it'll be 2nd and 3, 2.5. Yeah, nice. This is absolutely amazing. The mic system, the sound system here. This is great.
That's a
absolute luxury.
To the last years.
Oh
like
my God, just so. I know for all you people out there who are like, oh yeah, what's the big deal? You know, it's like if you're used to not being able to hear the ref, or even that he has a mic that works, this is just absolutely great.
So we have 2nd and 2 now.
Another run, and untouched into the end zone goes Amel Ajovi. That was easy behind the wall. The big red wall making the holes and making it look easy.
Wow.
And there it is, that 35, that ominous 35-0 at halftime.
Well, it's still 8 minutes left.
That's
to halftime.
So that's true.
Hopefully that don't get a 50 burger before halftime. So I'm pretty sure the Broncos will start rotating in people.
I am absolutely positive he's, you know, I mean, you
especially on offense, because
yeah,
you need all these guys healthy for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, even the season's long, and when you play international on top of your regular season, there's not a lot of breaks.
Just one single bye week if they made it to the final. So
yeah. So this is, I mean, this is why it's so important to have the depth at all those different positions where you can just rotate the guys and limit the amount of hits that they're putting on their bodies for week in, week out, you know.
Exactly. That makes, like, especially for your starters, makes the life even easier because they know I got a guy behind me they can execute. And also they do not have, like, to waste their energy and waste their bodies throughout a long season.
Yeah.
The offensive line coach looks pretty happy, actually.
Yeah, so I'm assuming, but you know they're putting that running back there on the same side. I don't think he really wants to return a ball by the looks of it.
Yeah,
but
maybe they got to switch
because I mean you would think at least try to change them the sides because otherwise he's just back there as the blocker every time and not as the runner. And the other kid's not bad. Don't get me wrong, absolutely not. He's good speed once he gets going, but. I mean, it's the strength and the speed of that running back is definitely a huge strength for the boards. They've got to put him to work.
And he can break tackles.
Yep.
So
yeah, and he's got speed. I mean, if he gets in the open field, he's gone. Ah, here it is. Here it is. They switched it up. Finally. I was wondering how long they were going to. Here it is. Let's see what he does with it.
See what he does.
Oh, here, this is what I'm talking about. Look at him go.
There's a flag and all that.
Yeah, but this is why. This is the question. Why wouldn't you do that earlier?
Exactly.
You know.
And there's a flag down there, and there might be a block in the back, as far as I saw.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, this is like, how long do you wait as a coach to make that change back there, you know?
Well, obviously the 6th kickoff.
Oh, that's too bad for them. I feel bad for them because it was, I mean, finally something went their way, you know, and this is exactly what I was saying. I mean, you're not going to arm tackle him, A, and B, once he gets in the open field, and Andre Blackett's not slow. He ran away from him like he was standing still. So, yeah, I'm expecting that there's going to be more of that back there. And
or the Broncos
it'll be interesting to see what they do to change that. I mean, you can squib kick, you can I mean, and they're switching early now, and I guarantee you that's what's going to happen next time. So if I'm the kicker, I kick right, you know, and catch him in the switch.
He still be there then, but might be a little bit out of pace then.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go right and all the way back to the left. I mean, this is a game that'll go back and forth, I'm sure, but at least something super interesting in this game to watch, you know, to see what they do. Yeah, here, let's see what the offense does.
BOARS go with trips right. Oh, they got the man in motion again.
They've probably got the biggest motion guys I've ever seen for a team.
Oh, nice bat.
Oh, nice catch. Good concentration. Yeah. Good that's as far as I know the first completion of the game for the BOARS, I think.
So. No, that was that swing pass that was like caught. Like
okay, behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah,
yeah,
so
but that was the first
more of
pass
a run,
for a
I
game.
guess. But the first pass over the line of scrimmage for the BOARS, and even that with a bit of luck.
Yes,
because
a bit of luck is pretty nice.
Yeah. So let's see what they do here. They're going to keep passing it. I mean, I guess you have to with the score being what it is. Oh, nice interception. Great recovery by number 5 to be able to.
Horse collar tackle, yeah. That's another 15 yards.
Oh, that could be 15 yards for kicking the ball. Should be.
Who kicked the ball?
Yeah, number 5 kicked the ball. That should be a personal foul.
So they would stay where they are, and like because
I'm
one is a
wondering
live
if they're
ball,
going to talk about that right now. I'm actually super surprised that a flag didn't come out because I mean that's a clear violation of the rules, kicking the ball away like that.
Should not do.
And that surprises me a little bit. You see things like that now and again by the Broncos, who are usually very well disciplined, but these kind of things, they have no room. Yeah, they're not giving the penalty for the kick, so he's lucky on that.
Yeah, well, Patrick Roy, he's new on the Broncos in the first season. He maybe not has this Broncos DNA already in it, so he might need some more.
I'm sure he's got somebody in his ear there, whether it's a player, a teammate, or an assistant coach. Somebody, I'm sure, is telling him, "Hey, you might not want to kick the ball away." But another drive stopped, so I think with 6:45 and being able to start the drive on the 31 of your opponent, you might be very right that it's not going to stay 35-0, Ola. And I'd have such a great view. I can't wait to the second half when I'm looking this way. Up the middle, nice run by Eric Regut and a beautiful fake by Robin Senrich.
Just like a small note, I don't know why after like a position change, the ref started the clock on the ready for play and not on the snap.
Yeah.
But it's just like a little side note.
Yeah, that's maybe his version of the mercy rule.
Maybe, yeah, well, maybe it makes it makes sense. True that.
It's like limit the suffering a little bit, but let's see what the Broncos do here. I know they're going to push for another score here. And here's the ball to the end zone. Oh, he right off the fingertips, and that one hurt. He took a nice hit by the fence there, but I'm sure he's saying, well, because I should have caught that, that's what I deserve. Because Sunday, knowing him, he's a competitor. He had it on his fingertips. That's a catch. For him, 9 out of 10 times he has that. Absolutely perfectly thrown football by Robin Senrich, who is on top of his game today.
If you can touch it, you can catch it.
Absolutely, especially when it's both hands like that. He had the dinosaur arms going on there. He just didn't reach out far enough.
This might be a run then for that 1 yard they need. So forget, more than a yard.
Looks pretty easy there.
Way more than a yard.
Yeah.
Hi, Carl. Thanks for the hi.
An ex-national team player. That's great. Nice to hear from you out there, Carl. It's nice to see that you're watching the game.
And hopefully you enjoy as much as we do.
Football is football, you know. Even if it's one side, it's fun to watch. But I know Carl thinks that way. He was a great player in the national team out there. Sure, I'm sure enjoying the football game. Another run to the outside here by Noah Bachhofen, and he, like you said, he has become thick. I mean, he's obviously, he's a man. He used to be a boy when he played U13, but I never thought he would turn out to be such a machine. He's in the weight room, pumping the weights all the time. He's gotten really strong, really hard to get down.
And he's moving his feet all day long. Like if you see on every tackle, he's just like has some contact. His feet are still driving, get these 1, 2, 3 extra yards going. It looks like so easy when he does it, but I promise you it's not.
No, it's definitely not with some heavy dude draped all over you. Here we go, I formation once again. It's probably the most that I've seen the Broncos run I formation in, I don't know,
fullback
years.
dive, Eric Raguette.
To the fullback, almost gets to the goal line. He's probably at the 2 now, so it'll be a third,
like
first down
actually.
Probably.
It's a 7-yard line, 6-yard line, so it looks like the first
Oh
down.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Well, but they're not giving them first down. So it's 3rd down and inches.
Yeah, they want to run down the clock a little more.
3rd and inches, and Max Gray out to the left again. The guy that drew that job tonight was super lucky, huh? One-on-one with Max all night. Oh, that's an offsides.
Offside, yeah.
That you've got, and there it is, right to Max.
He put some air under the ball.
Oh, there it is. Let him go get it.
And they didn't even throw the flag.
No, they didn't.
The
Oh, they did.
there.
They did throw it. Yeah, very late. It was stuck in his pocket. So, yeah, I was thinking the 2 plays ago when Max lined up so close to the offensive line, if you just lead him to that far corner, there's no way that guy with his back turned is going to be able to make that play.
No chance.
No.
Especially you line up like on the inside of the receiver, because like the outside is more your friend than the inside as a DB, and then
And he's not a big guy, you know, so he doesn't have range to put his hands up.
No, and he does not have the speed either. So
no.
He has most likely one of the prettiest hardest jobs today.
He for sure has the hardest job. Oh, well,
all
together with his defensive line.
Yeah. Well, all defense has a pretty hard job tonight.
Yeah, the D-line and the guy covering Max, I think they drew the short straws. So it is now 42-0. Yeah, let's. I'm gonna put down a wager that it's gonna stay this way at all. I'm not. So let's see what happens till halftime with 3:02 left in the second quarter. And I'm actually really looking forward to see what happens now on the kick return, because this has probably become for me the most interesting part of this whole game, is to see who wins the chess match on the kickoff. What is the kicker going to do, and where returners are going to go?
Just sorry to interrupt you, but they play like mercy rule because the clock's running.
Oh, I guess they do.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Most likely there was an agreement between the coaches. I don't know.
Okay,
they
well,
just let run the clock.
I mean, yeah, you don't need to see a blowout necessarily, but I mean,
No,
the people
it's
do pay the
already,
money
so,
to see a whole football game, and I mean, even for me as a board, you come 22 hours on a bus, you want to play a whole football game. Whether
exactly.
I mean,
well, you don't want to waste the players because you know you got to lose that game. You got a national championship ahead, so yeah, it might be a smart decision to not go for the full.
Yeah,
full
yeah. Pros and cons to everything, I guess.
As everywhere in life.
Yes, yes. Let's see what they do here. Oh, he's going to go back to the left. It looks like they've kind of given up a little bit. Oh, I'll start, or did they not give the ball free yet? Huh?
Let's see what the ref says.
I don't see a flag, so I think they just hadn't given the ball free, ready to play yet.
Let's see what they do.
Yeah,
kicking from
still
35.
kicking 35. So he hadn't given the signal that the ball is free to kick. I see one of the refs down here talking to the stadium speaker. I don't know what he's talking about. I think maybe the ref was just wanting something to eat, because I saw him grab a cookie.
Maybe it was that funny one.
Yeah, I don't. It would be interesting to hear now what the stadium speaker says.
Oh, there is no stadium clock anymore, so they keep the clock on the back judge.
Yeah, it's the mercy rule. Yeah. Yeah.
Squib kick. Okay, they play the mercy rule.
Yeah. Oh, and then he fumbles the kick out there. Oh, that's going to be dangerous, but could be dangerous for everybody.
Yeah.
Look at it. He is so hard to get to the ground. Good athlete. But I mean, with no time on the clock, what does that mean? How do you know when anything is over?
Well, the back judge will tell you, because the back judge usually keeps the clock. And let's see.
So
and that's Daniel Birnbaum, actually. And it's officially mercy rule applying. I didn't know that there is a National Games a mercy rule that
no,
applies.
Me neither. I guess
but well,
I've
it
never
doesn't make any sense because it's a one-game series, so there is no need to run up the score or something, as you do, for example, when you get like the away game too. So that might make sense to keep the players healthy.
Yeah.
As healthy as possible.
Well, let's see what the Boars do here. I'm assuming they're just going to run the football since it's mercy rule. Clock is running anyway. Yeah, and here they are running the football, which is probably the smartest thing they can do anyway, because this by far their most effective weapon is number 9.
He made like 9 yards. But if you have to rely on one guy in a game like that, it's pretty hard.
Absolutely. I mean, I think if the offensive line can open gaps for him all the time, why not? I mean, then if you can't stop it, then you don't need more than one guy. But in this case, obviously, it's not that easy. And just like you said, having just number 9 is just not enough, especially if your defense isn't stopping anything.
Max Gray is playing as DB. He's on the tackle there.
And he's on the tackle, which is a little bit surprising to me that he's now also playing defense. I think I would rest Max Gray. Such an absolute vital part of offense and defense for the Broncos. I think
it's just 1 play.
You've got other guys, you know. Let the other guys play.
Looks like it's halftime, or it's a timeout.
We'll see which proves to me that the Boars don't really want to have it be the mercy rule. I mean, if it's the rules, it's the rules. But I mean, why do you take a timeout if?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, it's like.
Yeah. Especially after a successful play.
Yeah. You just got a first down, so the clock stopped first. Well, actually, the clock
or there were
didn't
just like
stop.
a few seconds left. They knew about.
But
it.
I mean, are you allowed?
Shot,
this is another strange question, right? Are you allowed to stop the clock with a timeout when there's mercy rule?
That's the only thing that stops the clock in mercy rules are team timeouts and ref timeouts. Actually.
Okay, so injuries and yeah.
Injuries just go through usually. Okay. The refs still can't stop the clock if it takes too long, but.
Yeah, I am absolutely sure the biggest discussion in the Broncos locker room at halftime is going to be who plays which position in the second half. Yeah, and who all gets to rest and who's done for the day and who's playing where. It's going to be the big topic of conversation. And for the Boars, I think, I don't know. At this point, their coach has got more stuff that he needs to talk about than his time in at halftime. So it's going to be a pass here. Immediately put under pressure there. Still under pressure, and he's
still somehow.
Wants him to go deep, but he's got him from behind now. Somebody's got him.
Finally.
I mean, at some point, you run out of time. I guess this had to have been the last play, I'm guessing.
It's like 7-second to 10-second coverage from the Broncos. Not that bad,
and now there's a Bronco down just because he's tired, for sure. They need to bring him oxygen.
Dr. Bears coming on the field, running as fast as a lightning.
Yes, that's when you know Dr. Bear is coming, is when the lightning is coming on the field. But now I think he recognized that the player just needed some oxygen. So
there's still some time left as it looks. It was a 10-yard loss actually on that tackle from behind.
yeah, and it wasn't the last play. I'm surprised he waited so long to take a loss like that if it wasn't the last play. I mean, if it's the last play, it doesn't matter, but otherwise just throw the ball away.
And now we got empty.
So it's 2nd down and forever, and he's got a little bit of time. Happy feet, though. And he finds a receiver right at the 1st down marker. Did he catch the ball? That's the question.
Get it complete. I
Nope,
would say
incomplete.
no,
Incomplete.
but yeah. Ref is signaling incomplete too. Ball hits the ground.
Yep. Incomplete.
Before.
So that means it's halftime?
So now it looks like it's
yes,
halftime.
It is
exactly.
halftime, everyone. Even though we
So
can't see it on the clock, we know because the teams are going into the locker room. So halftime, we will be back
in a few.
In a few.
Exactly.
Have a good break.
Have a good break. Dankeschön. Akku-check. Ja, super beim Nord-Akku.
Sehr verehrte Damen und Herren, ihr seht da unten die Cheerleaders, sie sind sich am Aufwärmen. Die werden uns nämlich jetzt etwa in 2-3 Minuten geschätzt. Die Leute, wenn sie ready sind, noch eine coole, kurze Halftime-Show liefern. Etwa in 2-3 Minuten. Cheerleaders von der Calanda Broncos mit einer kurzen Halftime-Show. Ja, ich will das Zeichen. Calanda BRONCOS Cheerleaders sind ready. Und jetzt bitte einen ganz großen Applaus für Calanda BRONCOS Cheerleaders. Calanda BRONCOS Cheerleaders mit ganz vielen Mitgliederinnen. Das sind also noch lange nicht alle, die haben noch doppelt so viel Gast.
back to the second half of our game today with the BOARS and the Broncos here in beautiful Swiss Panorama football. Yeah, 42-0, halftime. We knew Broncos were favorites. We didn't know they were going to be this dominant. What are we looking for in the second half, Ola?
Well, we got to see the first kickoff return for the Broncos, obviously, because the White Boys didn't have a kickoff yet. So let's see how that works for the Broncos.
Something new?
So something new,
nice.
Finally. We just saw the team warming up like after halftime. All the team except the important players, the American players, they were warming up on the sideline. It's some kind of, yeah, like a signal you don't want to see. Maybe a little bit more confidence in his guys and also a little more, let's call it maybe team spirit or whatever you want to call it. That might work a little better on the offense side then.
Yeah, and it definitely reflects a little bit what's happening on the field too. You know, I think the Broncos for sure, they're a unit through and through, whether they're down this much or not. Yeah, you're going to see some discussions, but you're not going to see a Max Gray separating himself from the rest of the team. Never. He's the one that's motivating everyone. You know,
exactly.
And that's what you need in an import, not just a great athlete.
Nice kick. Oh,
a little bit of miscommunication, but Max Gray is going to take the ball, and he's still on his feet. Still on his feet.
Down.
Oh, he's going backwards, wrong direction there. But
yeah, but he saw the flag.
Oh, that's another flag right there. That's a block in the back, out of bounds. I'm surprised he didn't call that. A blatant block.
That was actually smart. He saw the flag laying down there, and usually the flag is on the returning team. So why waste any energy?
Yeah,
and any,
for sure.
Like possible injuries just for nothing.
Well, I guess this is definitely an aspect that the Broncos need to work on. This is something probably of the entire evening so far, at least what we've seen of the Broncos. The worst of what we've seen of the Broncos is this kick return. I mean, it didn't look very organized at all, and a penalty on top, so they get to start back at about the 10-yard line.
So they have a long field ahead then, but I'm still pretty confident. Let's see how the White Boars react on that.
So interestingly, I'm looking at the clock, and there's 11 minutes. Usually we play 12-minute quarters.
As far as I can count to 11. Oh, I'm too stupid to count.
I don't know if they're now going to just run the clock again.
Most likely they will. They got to start the clock now.
No, it says 0.
Oh, they put it at 0.
All right, well, that takes care of that. Run up the middle.
Yeah, 3-yard gain.
I think they're just going to continue the same recipe what they had in the first half. What definitely is going to look a little bit different is how far they get, because the big guys on the offensive line, Mattis and Michel Derungs, they're out.
Already on the sideline.
They're taking a break. So for sure there's a difference.
So you take off about 320 kilograms off the field.
And you've got
a little less now.
You've got Eric Raguet playing quarterback, which is also a big difference.
Hand off.
But Amel Adovi with a beautiful run, and they're still getting yards. I mean, we're talking all the backups are on the field. And
should have been outside a little
faster. Yeah. He would have been gone up the sideline.
Yeah,
because he's got speed when he gets going.
Yeah.
But beautiful blocking, even by that backup offensive line. The hole was huge for Amel to run through, and an easy first down for the Broncos. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see a very heavy dose of run here. Not so much passing with Eric as quarterback. And here's another run, another wide open run, and there he is, getting the yards.
There's a flag way there, back there.
No, that's going to be a hold, I think.
A holding call, but a really, really late flag. So let's see what he says it is. I'm pretty sure if he's calling everybody back, it's going to be a hold, and it is. 79 gets flagged for the hold there. That's too bad. Another absolute beautiful run. But I just, either the BOARS have completely given up because they don't have enough players to bring backup players in. So it's still the same guys, but the holes are just huge. And you've got to
you've got to know that it's going to be a heavy dose of run just because of the score A and because the backup quarterback is in B. So I'm just very surprised that they are so loose in that defense. And there's the offsides on the defense, and
there's actually only one starter left from the entire offensive line. That's number 72, Patrick Bachmann, the right guard. And all the other fours are backup players.
Well, it's nice when you've got a whole backup line that you can even put on the field. There's not a lot of teams in Europe that can say that.
Yes, Federico Ferretti, number 65, is usually center. He is off the field. Michel Derum's left guard, 68, is off the field. Matas, Andrew Matas, number 66, left tackle, is off the field. Philip.
Yeah, so if you think about the average weight that they're giving away, I mean, per person, I think there's at least 20 to 30 kilos less on the field than an offensive line.
Yeah, so like 150 less than it was on the first.
Yeah.
Like it's one man less.
Yes. Yes.
A big man.
Yeah, one big. Yeah, so they're playing with weight-wise, they're playing with 4 offensive line compared to the first half, which is amazing that they're still opening huge holes. This time, not so big.
15, yeah.
So it's stop for 0 yards, so it's 2nd and 15, like you said.
Pass pro might be a little harder than run blocks.
Oh, the quarterback is the running back, so let's see what he can do here. It looks like number 4 has taken the ball away from
like
Eric Roquette.
Before he went down,
yep.
Actually. But I think that's a forward progress call because usually the ball carrier is stopped when he starts moving backwards. So forward progress was stopped.
Let's listen to see what he says.
Forward progress was stopped. It should be 3rd down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what forward progress is designed
that's
for.
That's exactly right, yeah, because the stronger guy, if you wait long enough, is always going to have the ball. So, yeah, that makes sense. Good thing we've got an ex-player and ex-ref in the booth with us today, so we have most of the calls ahead of time.
So 3rd and 16 now.
Yeah, and I don't really expect a pass here. So look, we might see the punting unit for the.
I'm pretty sure Eric want to throw these balls.
Oh, for sure he wants to throw it. I just don't know if they're going to let him throw it.
He got an audible to play.
Yeah, to the chagrin of Jeff Buffum, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So
he'd be real happy if his 3rd string quarterback was out there making audibles.
I'm not sure Jeff will be pretty happy about it.
Definitely not.
No. Well, maybe he is because he likes the creativity.
I think he probably took the time out now to tell Eric, don't take it on.
So let's see what Jeff Buffum has in his pocket. Bruce Sugway, number 88, is on the far left. Usually plays on the tight end position. That is the post outside receiver now. On that 2 receiver.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I would be surprised to see him let Eric throw here because more bad than good can happen, I would say. But let's see what the surprise might be. It's going to be a jet sweep, and he's not going to get very far. Number 17 comes around the outside, gains 5, so it'll be 4th and 12. So we're definitely going to see the punting unit for the first time tonight.
And Robin, looks like Robin is lining up as the punter. Robin Sendrick. So let's see if they try to do some funny things maybe. Because he is not the punter usually during the season.
Let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm expecting a punt here. There's
well, maybe they want to work on fakes too.
A lot of respect back there by the returner for sure. Bad bounce.
Yeah, 40, 39.
Yeah. But yeah, you want to just, you know, get the ball down to the other end and then let your defense get on the field.
We don't have like an official time because of the mercy rule.
Right. So
Still have a time on the stream, so it might be like something between 4 and 6 minutes maybe to play in that third quarter. Looks like the Broncos defense is
that's still more
packed,
or less
but
what it was
the
before.
starters.
I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna let the backups in the offense play. Doesn't matter if they don't score anymore, but I don't think they want to let them score.
They for sure don't want to.
No. Yeah, because as long as 9's on the field, putting your backups on the field, it might not be a good idea.
And could hurt. It could not hurt just like scoring-wise, but it really could hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, he's such an explosive running back. I think for sure you need your best players in the field to stop him. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, if they didn't have a guy, like if you didn't have number 9 on that team, I mean, just imagine what the score will be then.
Well, it would still be 0 on the side from the
yeah,
board.
for sure, but I mean,
nice tackle there.
I don't think they would have made a single yard without him.
Exactly. So the Broncos would have the ball way more.
Even more than they already
Even
did,
more, yeah.
If that's possible. But yeah, nice tackle right there by the Broncos. Makes it third down and 5, so I'm expecting another
number 9
run or swing pass to him, or at least a play action to him, and then maybe a short pass.
He's putting his big tight end, number 7, on the right side. Trips to the left. Pass.
And
pressure. Deep down there. And he
beautiful.
got, oh,
I thought he was going to have it. Yeah. He
like lost the ball when he fell to the ground.
Yeah. I don't know who the defensive back there was, but he was pretty lucky. I mean, he came up quite confident, showing that pass incomplete, but it wasn't because of him. That was just a flat-out drop, because it was a nice ball, the first really nice ball by the quarterback tonight.
Yeah,
he put that right on
his
the money.
hands.
Yep.
So it's 4th and 5 now. Looks like they're going for it. Well, yeah.
Why not?
Get as much reps in for your offense as possible.
And keep
against a defense like that, because if you can outplay a defense like that,
you know?
yeah, true that also, yeah. But if you can play a defense like the Broncos defense is, you just can learn and get better.
Yeah. Nice. He's definitely mobile back there, but he's not going to get the first down.
He's not going to make any yard.
Yep.
So the Broncos turnover on downs.
So they get their offense. That same offense goes back on the field that they had before, with looks like Eric Reguette as the starting quarterback.
And the only 2 remaining starters are Luis Sagwe, number 88, and Patrick Bachmann, 72, on the offensive line. As far as I see, there are no other starters from the first half on the field. Max Gray already cleaned his hands, removed the tape, so he most likely won't come back today on the sideline. And let's see if Robin Sunrich, besides being a punter.
Yeah, if they're smart, they keep him off the field too here. And that nice
block,
run here, beautiful run.
And nice effort.
Yeah.
Getting for the first down, I think, yes.
Yeah, looks like he got the first down. Yep.
Yeah, that defense is definitely exhausted.
Oh, yeah, they're
you
done.
see that.
And they're so not motivated to play football anymore.
Well, you get now you get like a real backup team.
Yep.
And you still get, get yard by yard by yard by yard. It's hard.
Yeah, it's going to be a very long ride home. When you come and you get beaten this badly, then it's just that.
Not sure the team stays in Chur or not.
Well, no matter when they go home, it's going to be a long ride. But here, another run right up the middle by Amel Ajovi, and another running back who keeps his legs pumping. breaks a tackle, gets through the
First
defense, another first down. That's two offensive first downs in a row. Even though the defense knows what's coming, they can't stop it.
I think the wrist coach Eric Reget is carrying on his belly is pretty limited in place.
Yeah, there's probably 5 of them on there, you know. And at the top it says, "Don't throw it."
It says like every second play, "Don't throw."
Yeah, but nah, he does a great job, and I think, you know, it just shows you again. Oh, look,
throws.
as we're talking.
But there's a drop.
Even the receiver was so surprised that he threw it. That
Yeah,
he dropped
the ball was pretty
It was
well
right on the
accurate.
money.
Yeah.
Hit him in the numbers. Hit him in the numbers.
with some force behind.
Yeah,
So
yeah, nice pass. Nice pass. But like I said, I think number 17 was number 12. So surprised that the ball was thrown that he
was
dropped
thrown it accurate. So
yeah.
he might have to catch it somewhere outside his body frame.
That's
when
too
Eric
bad. I
throws
mean,
usually.
you finally get a pass thrown to you, and then you drop it.
Yeah,
you know?
well, and you finally are allowed to
Yes.
throw a
Eric's
pass,
like,
and the
"Come on.
receivers has
You're
hands
making
like
my numbers
feet.
look horrible. Completion percentage.
Oh,
Here, another nice run.
And another not so good tackle.
Yeah. Yeah. Offensive lineman has got to get downfield a little bit faster. Number 79, I think it was there, that was just stopped running, and I'm sure Amil is going to tell him, hey, at least get out of the way if you're not going to go and block somebody.
Or decide even to stay on somewhere.
Yep. So another nice run, though, so it makes it 3rd and 2.5, 3 yards. And they're knocking on the door again with their backup offense.
Let's see if they try some kind of tush-push with the backup offense too.
That might make sense since your quarterback is now the fullback.
But they're still staying.
They're in the gun, so I don't see a tush-push coming, but it may very well be a run. Oh, it's just going to be a run up the middle.
Run.
Yeah, that defensive
through the
line
end zone.
just doesn't want to play anymore.
No, I think they're done for today.
Yeah.
And now for the PAT, they're bringing back some of the starting alignment.
Yeah, like I don't think you have a backup PAT team usually.
Well, but you replace a guy on the regular formation, also replace him in the PAT.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you don't play for a certain amount of minutes in the second half, you get cold.
Yeah, but you don't usually have a backup for every single guy on the PAT unit. You usually have one guy that backs up like 3 in case somebody gets hurt, but 1-to-1 for everybody, probably not. Uh-oh, now there's a fight going on. Was there roughing and somebody took exception to it, I think, a little bit?
It was a little bit over-motivated, call it like that.
A little bit, yes.
So it might be a personal foul against number 62 from the Broncos.
The number 62 is...
offensive lineman, I guess.
Yeah.
So the PAT might be good. Should be a dead ball foul then, so will be added on the kick. So the Broncos might kick from their own 20 then, if they go for personal foul. Unsportsmanlike, yeah.
Yeah.
Be added on the kick. Unsportsmanlike conduct, score counts, 15 yards back on the kickoff, so the Broncos kick from the 20 then.
Yeah. So I guess the question now will be, with time running down, is going to be somewhere yet.
They switch
looks like
sides.
they are now as we speak. So now we're in the 4th quarter. Question is, does it stay under 50 or does it go over 50?
I would bet a lot of money will go over 50.
Yeah. They want to show what they can do. So I mean, they're going full speed, and the defense is definitely not getting more energy. So.
And they need their huddle highlight tape going. So.
Yes. Exactly.
So now the Broncos, as we said, kick from
but
20.
Now I'm pretty sure now it gets dangerous when you give that kicker or that returner, excuse me, number 9, the chance to bring that back the ball from the 25-yard line. Now you can at least be sure of a good starting field position for.
We'll script kick it again and like hope the ball's bouncing somewhere crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
But you can see the respect they give him. They're still back on the 10-yard line waiting for this kick.
It's a mix between, it's over the sidelines.
It's out of bounds. Oh, no. And it was Noah Bachhoven kicking. It's not the regular kicker anymore.
So they can take it now on the 50, the Boars, because it's 30 yards away from the kicking spot. Or they put 5 yards on where the ball left the field, so that would not make any sense.
Nah, they'll start on the 50, like you said, for sure. That's where they're heading.
Or you're going to let them kick from the 15 then? From the
yeah, which might not be the dumbest thing you can do with number 9 back there.
Exactly.
Is make them re-kick. I think if as a coach with that returner, I would have made them kick it again.
Especially when they have to kick from the 15 and they're with the backup kicker now.
Yep.
Made you another mistake, so they got to go back to the 10 then, and makes it easier for you guys then.
Yep.
But they take the ball on the 50.
They take the ball on the 50 and they're going to run by the looks of things. Fake the jet sweep, or no, it's a toss sweep to the right-hand side, and here goes number 9.
That was an illegal block below the waist that the refs didn't saw on the right side of the line, because you're not allowed to block below the waist if you're not lined up in the tackle box anymore.
Yep.
And that was a...
Yeah, he saw it.
Coach Espinoza is signaling.
Yeah. Trying to help the refs, but they're not going to call that late, so maybe they'll see it next time.
That's a missed call.
Yep. All in all, you have to say the refs have done a good job tonight, though.
They didn't have a lot to do, actually.
No, they haven't. They haven't had a lot to do, and what they did, they have to do, they called. Here, another run up the middle by number 9. This time he gets caught in the washing machine. He's not going anywhere, but it looks like number 77. No, not hurt. Thought he was hurt there for a minute. All good.
Gain 2 yards.
Yeah,
backups in on the defense now.
Yeah.
As you see, Andrew Blackhead is not on the field anymore.
Yeah,
on the sideline. Well, on the fourth quarter, you don't want to risk anything. Like, it's hard to say, but you'd rather risk a backup player than a starter, of course.
I mean,
that's obvious. But you don't think like that as a coach. It's not like I'm risking.
And you want all your guys to get playing time. You know, that's
that's what I want to say. You want to let them play, and you want to see them perform. That's exactly how you step up as a backup, and you get that time.
There's an end around here.
There's a holding.
And that's not going anywhere.
Nope.
I mean, it just amazes me. All that stuff, like we said in the first half, trying to get outside is just not going to work. And number 9's doing such a great job running the football. Just keep giving them a football.
Yeah, now you have a whole backup defensive unit with almost no.
So you're guaranteed a couple of broken tackles per play with him.
I see number 40 who was started in the first half, and number 2 Simon Beer, that was a starter in the first half. And not a lot of other people there that were all playing in the first half. So
there's quite a bit of backups, which is good. I mean,
which is great, actually.
I think it's awesome that they get this chance to show what they can do, even at this level of football.
That's how you become a better football player.
Absolutely. Another motion, and they're gonna jet sweep that. Oh no, it's a fake jet sweep. Short pass. Did he catch it? I think he did.
Did he catch? It was 99.
Yeah, he caught it and fell down. So it's a gain of 0.
Yeah.
So it's now
the big motion guy.
Yes, the big, and I think he's probably tired just from doing motions all night. There's no way that guy runs that many motions in every practice and still is able to keep that weight on. That's absolutely impossible.
Most likely not.
So either he's playing a new position tonight, or, I don't know. But I'm amazed that.
But he is pretty fast, actually.
He is Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Next guy, he makes a lot of people miss for sure. And now he's just going to try to throw it, but no.
Number 7 again, both hands on the ball, didn't catch it. Not his day either.
Definitely not. Definitely not. And the quarterback, he's slippery, no doubt. I mean, a good athlete, much better runner than.
He struggled on the first half a little when they started. We got some
game is over in Tonon. It looks like they won at home against the Bottleload of Drax, 41-17.
And the Karlstad Crusaders won at home 35-0 against the Bristol Aztecs.
Yeah. So it looks like Tonon is moving on, and so is Carlsbad. And I'm pretty sure the Broncos are moving on.
Looks like, yeah.
So we have the matchups that we kind of expected, I think, for the most part.
So
here's another nice run. Offense, beautiful reading of the blocks by Amel. Really nice. He reminds me, and this is a really a stretch of a comparison, I have to admit, but the guy that he reminds me of with his hand on the back of the offensive line running through the line like that is Emmitt Smith. He used to run like that every single down, and he does the same thing, and he's fast enough where when the offensive line gets stopped, he bolts out left or right and gets another 5 or 10 yards.
That's what you learn as a running back, like especially in the Broncos program. You learn to trust your offensive line because you know you got to get to the seniors team. And as for now, you have one of the best offensive line units all over Europe.
Yeah, we're talking backups here, right? I mean, even
we're talking backups, but also these backups are practicing 2-3 times a week with these starters, with the big guys, with the coach that is doing a tremendous job teaching these guys. Coach Bastian.
Beautiful. Another
Simon
nice
Bear,
run first.
Simon Bear got the ball
as a running back.
He's one of these guys that are hitting the gym like 50 times a week too.
Yeah. He's trying to put on weight. Yeah.
Yeah, and still like he's usually playing as a DB. Let's see who else we get to see carrying balls tonight.
What's amazing to me is if you look at again when you talk about you were talking about how good the coaching and the discipline for the Broncos is. It's the opposite absolutely for the Boars. They come up field so quickly in that defensive line that they run past the running back almost every single time. They don't just stop in their gaps. They don't control their gaps. They get upfield. Oh, and a pass up the middle. And it would have been on the money, but it looks like there's going to be either a roughing or a hold. But that pass was not bad by Eric Reguette.
No, that was actually kind of few yards in the air.
Yeah, and it was
right on the money.
Yeah, it was right on the money. Should have been caught. Should have been caught.
So roughing the passer call. Well, yeah, I'm not sure you have to call a penalty like that late in the game in a 49-0 lead.
No, because it wasn't malicious.
No, it wasn't like bad.
Nope.
So talk to the player, say, well, let's go out here, easy and clean, and just don't do it again. And I would not have put that 15 yards on as a referee. Yeah. But, well, the penalty is a penalty. So if you see it, you got to flag it.
So now we are getting close to more scoring, which means we would break that 50 barrier. Another sweep to the right-hand side.
Yeah,
he does get around the outside. Lots of speed for 17.
He got the first down.
Nice run there all the way down to the 3-yard line.
There was some decent speed there from number 17 from the Broncos.
Yes, very nice outside. It didn't look like he was going to get the edge at the beginning from here, but afterwards he turned on the jets and got outside.
Is there a flag down? Yes.
Yeah, usually holding.
Looks like a holding, yeah.
Well, now we know why he got the edge.
Yeah, that's a revenge for the 15-yarder. To keep them away from the end zone. So now ball's on the 26, 20 yards to go.
Looks
still
like
first
Amel,
down.
as a running back, is coming back in for
Simon
Bear, who is acting as like a running back.
And Eric is still on quarterback. The time must be around like 4 to 5 minutes. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's not much time left. I think maybe the last offensive drive that we see for the Broncos tonight. So I'm sure they do want to get this in. And there is another pass coming. It's Eric Reget trying to get down the field, and
almost picked.
Almost.
But there's an defensive pass interference. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's in the end zone. Well, yeah. So
it's not NFL.
No,
so
but
it's
the
still
first
15
down,
yards.
15
Yeah.
it's
like half
down,
a distance.
Though,
So it's an automatic first down. Yeah.
Which is definitely going to keep the offense on the field, maybe to the end of the game at this rate, because they keep getting first downs with penalties. He did hold him back for sure. He armbarred him away from the ball, so you definitely could call that penalty. I don't know.
And then the revenge from the offensive player is not a foul then, because he was limited in catching the ball. So
it looks like they're picking it up. Nope.
Oh, they go with the offense pass interference.
What?
Okay.
But he said defense. Okay.
Well, the offense pass interference was kind of revenge foul.
Yeah, I think, the first, And he was definitely held back from the ball.
Exactly. And then he interfered like the defensive player.
So,
but
I mean, if anything, you call it offsetting penalties. But
if so, yeah.
But definitely, if you're going to call the first penalty, which was a defensive pass interference, you'd have to give that one. But I guess that makes up for the personal foul roughing that we shouldn't have seen before. So we're back to square one.
So it's 1st and 25 for the Broncos.
I think it's a little more than that.
Should be +10, +15, so it's 35, yeah.
Yep. Oh, nice run by the quarterback, who is a fullback. Of course, he's going to run over some people.
Yeah, he's going almost to the 30-yard line, so a little more than 10-yard a gain. So now it's 2nd and 25.
Second and 25. Yep.
That's
and like you said, I mean, it's just absolutely annoying that we can't tell you how much time is left because we have no idea. I guess that's the fun part of Mercy Rule is that you confuse everyone.
Well, usually you put the clock on there and you just don't stop it anymore then. That's what we do on the stream here. But, well, we are not sure.
This is definitely one of those rules I didn't read up on, to be honest, because I didn't think we were going to see that today.
I didn't know there were any mercy rules in international games, but as we said, it makes some kind of sense because, like, if you're up 35 or more points, there is no need to, like, play a lot of football.
Yeah, you could say the same thing in college. They don't have mercy rule there. But here we go.
Yeah, well, but there is, like, standings are important there. Eric again. I told you, it's 2nd and 25 is inside run distance.
And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me at this point. It's going to be 3rd down. If they don't lose yards, why not put 30 on the field and let them kick a field goal? Then you get yourself over those 50 points, and you've practiced something new once again tonight.
A field goal.
Yes. I mean, and even, let's be honest, even Noah can hit from this distance without a problem.
Exactly.
I mean, he did the kicking all the last couple of years, did an amazing job. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it's going to be
a false start.
It's a fall. That might be those 5 yards you really didn't want to take.
Yeah, so you got to run for 10 or more.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get to the 20 because then it's a 37-yard field goal, which is doable for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think anything more than that is definitely going to be difficult. Yeah, so they need 6-7 yards if Jeff's going to try a kick, I think. And I haven't seen the number 30 anywhere on the sideline. So here we go. It might take care of it on its own because we're definitely in field goal range now. Is Amel Ajovi again with another beautiful run.
No, they don't go for it. They run for it because we see Robin Senrick on the sideline and Michel Derungs. They're not entering the field, so that means there is no field goal unit on the field.
Nope.
So they have 4th and 4 yards to go.
Whoever would have thought they would get it back down to 4th and 4
with the 1st and 35, yeah.
Like
they made 31 plays.
All runs.
All runs, 31 yards with 3 plays, all runs.
All right, let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure Amel's going to see the ball again here.
Or he's going to play some kind of option, and Eric is keeping it. Yeah.
Yeah, but he fell down. So he
tripped
didn't get
himself.
The first down.
So first stop tonight.
Yes.
For the Wild Boars.
Something novel. Instead of the field goal, it was a stop by the Boars that
they have
tonight.
like been the whole fourth quarter with their defense on the field
Yeah.
until now.
And
like
they might be able to say, hey, at least we didn't get 50.
Yeah, and we stopped them.
Because I'm pretty sure
They're
the game is
most likely end the game
over
too.
very soon. Might be now.
Let's see what the refs do. What kind of signal they're doing. Oh, they got to continue.
The clock is running, so let's see what happens.
So let's see what the Wild Boars want to do. They could also easily just kneel down and end the game most likely, but they still want to play.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give the ball to number 9 one more time, let him run. They just pick him up out and carry him out of bounds.
So it's like a 7-yard gain, looks like. But the contact was actually like after maybe 1 yard already. So he powered himself through. They might continue doing that. Double twins. Motion guy.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they do anything. Now they take a timeout. Looks like they're very serious about trying to score some points.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they stopped the Broncos. Now they get to go for score.
Why not
Why
try?
not? Nothing bad about that.
Definitely not. So well, Schwäbisch plays Warsaw tomorrow.
Yeah.
So depending on whoever wins that game, that's who's the opponent of the Calanda BRONCOS.
Here in
So it
Chur
looks like
on the 31st,
Karlstad
I
and
think.
Tonon will be playing against each other.
Yeah. And it might be on the 31st of May, I think, here in Chur.
Okay.
As far as I got, so
And
first is Sunday, 1st of June, I guess. Yeah, it's not pretty. Yeah. Saturday, 31st. Gonna be here for you too for the live stream. Native crew presenting this live stream today. Big thanks to BZTech, the live stream sponsor.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
And that could be it. That could have been a lit up running back right there, and they let him get out. Had he just absolutely come through full speed, it was Simon Bear, I think, number 2, who missed that tackle there. Had he just come full speed downhill, that would have been a collision that number 9 did not want to have. Because he's looking back at the football, and he could have.
And he was right on time.
Absolutely lit him up, and he didn't. He pulled out.
He just wrapped around and tried to tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, those are the shots that you just, you get
Exactly.
1 per 3 or 4 game shots like that. Those are freebies that you want to take.
Deep
And it's a deep ball.
overthrow.
Yeah, instead of just concentrating on his route, he decided to
adjust and didn't adjust
slow
right.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't. He doesn't.
Some kind of automatic body reaction when you turn around your head.
Slow down.
Your like feet's getting slower.
Yep.
And that's what separates like stars from average players.
Yes. Game is over.
It's over.
That's it. Looks like it stays 49-0 for the Broncos, and the ball is going to go up in the air at any moment now. Let me see. Here it is, or not.
Oh, no.
This whole no time thing is confusing.
Yeah, it's kind
for
of
sure.
Yeah,
And now it's even like he's asking them, "Do you want to stop playing?"
They want to go for another play, as it looks. So.
But I don't think the ref wants to let them go for another play. And now, because the time is running and the ref is holding the ball,
So
they
call
can't
it a
run
game
another
then.
play. So let's call the game.
Yeah, call it a game then, like officially.
Now the ball is out of play, so it's got to be over. And it is. So congratulations to the Calanda BRONCOS, and we wish the Boars a good trip home. And yeah, we will hear you guys again, hopefully in the semifinal.
2 weeks, yeah. So 31st, as you said, here in the semi-final, most likely, like the winner of tomorrow's game, Schwäbisch Hall against Warsaw,
yeah.
And we got to see who that will be, and we got to be back for you. Native Crew was presenting you that stream. Thanks for the support.
And enjoy your evening.
Hopefully you enjoyed too, and have a good night.
Monday.